In today's news, Thomas family seeking rent increase, equating to 15 times more in some cases for the use of the racetrack, says Premier. And Premier open to hearing valid complaints for why the BVI Electricity Corporation should be investigated beyond an audit. And neither the VIP nor the NDP will win the next election under their existing leadership, claims Cline. And work begins on the Jos Van Dyke Primary School. Well, viewers, these and more stories when 284 News returns.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Well, welcome viewers to the Wednesday, September 28th edition of 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. I want to thank you so much for joining us. While leading today's newscast, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley has revealed that one of the major areas of disagreement in the Ellis Downs saga is a request by the Thomas family for a rent increase for the use of the facility, which in some instances would cost the National Unity Government 15 times more than the existing agreement. Well, Premier Wheatley spoke on the matter while he shared new information on the nature of discussions taking place for the lease of the Ellis Thomas Downs racetrack between his government and the Thomas family.
We are still in active negotiation with the family. Certainly the family has indicated that they want an increase in the rent for the track. In fact, you know, the increase is, in some instances, about what was described to me in one instance, it would have been about 15 times what we pay now, which there's some questions of the sustainability of that.
Well, the Premier did not go further to explain how this pay increase would have reflected on the annual rent paid to the Thomas family by the government, which stood at $90,000 at the last payment. Well, Dr. Wheatley went on to provide more context on the nature of and the reason for the ongoing negotiations, which he said have resulted from a routine rent review, which is provided for within the original agreement signed between the government of the Virgin Islands and the Ellis Holdings Limited in 2012.
Now, the one particular lease with Ellis Holdings, there are provisions in there for 5-year rent reviews. Okay, because of the hurricanes in 2017, like I said, it started in 2012, so 2017 would have been a rent review. That rent review didn't happen because, of course, we know what happened in 2017 with the storms. So we came up with another rent review now in 2022. Okay, so in negotiating on this rent review, there were some anomalies that were noticed by the AG's chambers. These anomalies were noticed by the AG's chambers, and then there was a discussion on these anomalies, and it caused a big...
Anomalies on the part of the Ellis Thomases
with the agreement. Okay. There were some anomalies with the agreement. Okay, and based on those anomalies, there was, I would say, discussions, and of course some discontent on the part of the Thomas family based on what was being said in terms of these anomalies in the agreement. And they indicated as a result of what was said to them about these anomalies that the track couldn't be used.
While the finance minister briefly described some of the issues with the agreement, which included the absence of provisions for necessary adjustments, including the introduction of pari-mutuel and the inclusion of third parties to extend the use of the facility beyond horse racing. But the Premier lamented that the developments have come despite the government having already paid the full annual rent for the use of the facility during this period.
Unfortunately, we were not provided access to use the grounds, even though, of course, we've already paid for the year. We paid the $90,000 for the year. And, it's unfortunate, but we're trying to manage the situation as best we can in the best interest of everybody involved. And certainly any threats of violence, we condemn that. And let's try to see if we can get together as mature people and have some discussions about how we move forward in the best interest.
The final part.
Well, viewers, Dr. Wheatley has condemned all threats of violence against the Thomas family. Well, moving on, viewers, where Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley has said that he is open to listening to persons who have valid reasons for why the BVI Electricity Corporation should be investigated beyond their mandatory audit. Well, Premier Wheatley made a statement in response to allegations that were raised by a member of the media fraternity at a recent press conference, where the Premier was asked to provide a time frame for when the BVIEC will be investigated for the present high cost of electricity in the territory, alleged mismanagement of customers' assets, and alleged victimization of customers by the two heads of the corporation. Well, Dr. Wheatley, in response to the question, provided an avenue for which such residents can utilize to have their respective complaints addressed.
If persons have specific complaints about victimization or any untoward behavior, anything that should be noted, I would advise them to first of all submit their concerns or their complaints to the head of the board, which is Mrs. Rosemary Flax. And if you don't get any joy there, you can go directly to the Ministry of Communications and Works and to let their complaints be known. In terms of the electricity department, I'm pretty sure that they're audited. I'll actually seek some confirmation of when they've had the last audit. And if any person has any other reasons why they think that they should be investigated beyond an audit, I'd be happy to hear it.
Well, Premier Wheatley also reiterated that the high price of electricity in the BVI is presently linked to the global rise of oil. He said that he too would love for the price of electricity to decrease, as the present spike is costing the government millions in subsidizing costs.
As it pertains to the high cost of electricity, we know certainly that the high cost of fuel has played a role in that. But some persons may feel as though that still may not be a justification for the price. I know that people all over the world are experiencing high prices, but certainly I would love to see the price of the electricity be lowered, because of course it's only so much subsidization you'll be able to do.
Well, Dr. Wheatley also took the time to once again persuade residents to consider the option of utilizing renewable energy, which would significantly assist residents in saving money towards electricity and fuel costs.
But I would advise persons as well to go into the alternative energy market, and this is one of the justifications for going into alternative energy, because the price of fuel fluctuates. And every crisis causes a crisis in our pocketbooks. And of course, we have the use of the sun, we have the use of the wind, we have the use of the ocean. And okay, these things are free to us. And of course, if we are able to utilize them properly, we'll be able to provide a little bit more resilience into our energy sector. We'll provide a little bit more stability, a little bit more predictability. And I think this is the way that we all have to go, because, of course, the price of oil and fuel, and it's so volatile, and you have people, every time you have a war, you have a challenge, so I think this is the way for us to go.
Well, Premier Wheatley said his government will continue to monitor the price of oil globally, warning that it is unlikely that they will continue to heavily subsidize the cost of electricity in the territory into the new year of 2023. Well, up next, viewers, neither the VIP nor the NDP will win the next election under their existing leadership claims, calls Kelton Cline, and the work began on the JVD Primary School. With these and more stories, when 284 News return.
You value traditions. Today, you value music. You value education. Family.
I love you.
Service.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Love. Life. At Popular, we're committed to you and everything our community values. For the things you value the most, count on us. Popular.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Hello?
Wait, you had a long time again? You say you were sick? What happened to our wedding rehearsal?
No, babe. I'm actually watching the news right now. Take a listen.
Topping our newscast today, UFOs seen around Tortola Pier Park.
And? District 3 residents outraged over no water supply. They simply cannot bathe. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
Alright, babe, just get some rest, take 2 Advil, and I'll
see you later. Bye.
Okay, honey. I see you later. I love you.
It's clear to see that Coconut Lounge is a place to be, the coolest cocktail lounge in the British Virgin Islands. A lounge like no other, with welcoming, professional service, and a breathtaking ambiance. Not forgetting a diverse selection of wines, beers, and signature cocktails. Cozy, comfortable, contemporary. Coconut Lounge at Tortola Pier Park. Visit us today.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Well, talk show host Claude Skelton Cline is of the opinion that neither the Virgin Islands Party nor the National Democratic Party will be victorious in the next general elections under the two parties' current leadership. Well, Cline shared those sentiments views during the recent airing of his Honestly Speaking radio program, where he expressed that he believes the territory does not want either Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley or Honorable Marlon Penn to lead their respective parties into the next election.
I do not believe that the Virgin Islands Party will lead this country to victory in the next general election for who becomes the government. I do not believe that the National Democratic Party will lead this country to any victory in the next general election. Let's take the National Democratic Party. I don't know, Honorable Marlon Penn, who's a man that I like, who I think is a good man. If I was in the 8th district right now, I would vote for Marlon Penn. But I believe that the country has already made up their mind relative to Honorable Penn's leadership, and I do not believe that this country is going to accept the National Democratic Party as the next government with Honorable Penn as the leader.
Well, viewers, Cline also made it clear that he believes that someday, based on the trajectory of Penn's political career, the Minister of Health and Social Development would become the leader of the country at some point. However, he said at present, now is not the time for Penn to lead.
I like Honorable Penn. I think he is a good representative. Are there areas that needs to be strengthened? Certainly. Might he become the premier at some future time in the country? Certainly. Does he have the resources, the tools in which if they're shaped and sharpened and harnessed? Absolutely. But right now, for where we are, even amongst the rank and file of the National Democratic Party, which have not declared anything officially as yet, I think the country has already made up their mind about leadership coming out of the National Democratic Party.
While the former government consultant Cline also shared similar sentiments on his views of Premier Wheatley leading the VIP to victory in the next election.
I like Honorable Dr. Wheatley, an academic, bright fellow. I stood on the stage in 2019 and helped him to get elected as a collective. But I do not believe that the country is going to accept and vote a Virgin Islands party ticket to victory in the next general election. I do not believe that. See how quiet some of y'all got right through there? I'm just saying out loud what some of y'all already thinking.
Meanwhile, Cline, who has recently said on numerous occasions that he believes the party system within the territory has failed the people, spoke to the need for the next 13 elected officials to be handpicked by the voting population.
Because I do believe that the next 13 elected officials need to be specifically handpicked by the people of this country. Not go in and look for some torch or look for some family or look for some color. No, no. Say amen to that. No. We are going to have to choose individuals based upon a criteria that we can agree on collectively, and if we can't, at least you can craft your own so we can move forward.
Moving on, viewers, where works on the Jos Van Dyke Primary School's multi-educational facility have officially begun, with a contract valuing $4.3 million to construct the long overdue facility on the sister island was awarded to Quality Construction Limited back in August. Well, at the contract signing ceremony, Honorable Melvin Mitch Turnbull assured the Jos Van Dyke community that the school project is one that will not stall like some of the others that have done so in the past. Well, in a recent Facebook post, Honorable Turnbull and the Chief Executive Officer of the Quality Construction Limited, Mr. Roy Garraway, were photoed at the site as work officially began. But they were also photoed meeting and engaging local contractors on the sister island. Well, here's what the two had to say.
Good morning, BVI. Good morning to the people of Jos Van Dyke. As promised, I'm here with Mr. Garraway here on the island of Jos Van Dyke, and the excavation works have started for the construction of the Jos Van Dyke Primary School. We just concluded a meeting with the contractors, masons, carpenters, and skilled workers at Alibaba this morning. So we wanted to ensure that Mr. Garraway stated that he would ensure that all the people of Jos Van Dyke are given an opportunity to be a part of this project. So we are not guided by all the misinformation and all the falsehoods that have been put out there. Mr. Garraway is a man of his word. I'm happy to call him a friend and a brother, and I just want to say congratulations to him again in the public. But we have, as he said 2 weeks ago, we were going to start works in about 2 weeks, and he's here with his team. So, Mr. Garraway, thank you for being here, and thank you for going forward. I don't know if you want to say something to people. Just say something.
Oh, thank you. Just want to dispel all the rumors about bringing everybody from overseas, over Tatola, to come and work. As you can see, just started. This is the first day, and the machine that here is from right here, Jos Van Dyke, and all that. And we just concluded a meeting, like the minister just said, about involving the people of Jos Van Dyke. I just want you guys to know that we mean it. We're going to be with everyone, and we're going to do it at a good time.
Thank you so much.
Well, viewers, Chief Executive Officer of the RDA, Mr. Anthony McMaster, assured residents at the contract signing ceremony that the school will be completed in time for the September 2023 school year. Well, up next, Premier embarrassed by the constant escaping of detainees at the Castle Maria Hotel facility, and Huobi to become the first digital asset trade platform operator in the BVI. We get to those two stories after a word from our sponsors.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. We all have our reasons, And for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Brilliant Hands and Minds tutoring services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
The beautiful Virgin Islands, or nature's little secret as some prefer, where the weather stays warm and the drinks stay cold, where men in wigs get their lawyer bills paid by governments and governments lose planes, where walls are built and prisoners escape. You vacation where we suffer. BVI love.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Well, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley says he is embarrassed about the prevailing situation at the Casa Maria Hotel regarding the constant escaping of immigration detainees. Well, the Premier expressed this in his own words while explaining how his administration intends to address the worrying trend of detainees escaping from the temporary detention center.
I do feel embarrassed by the situation there, and I am disappointed, I would say, that we've had continued persons escape, and really, in my view, no excuse for it. So the steps we're taking, we're going to be building a detention center, and of course, we're going to as well employ our own government personnel to be able to secure the premises when the detainees are there.
Well, viewers, this is not the first time that Premier Wheatley has spoken about the need to intervene at Casa Maria. Well, less than a month ago, in addition to reaffirming the government's commitment to constructing a proper detention facility to serve the territory's needs, Wheatley said that his administration was in active discussions to make immediate interventions at the site. But when questioned on the fruit of those discussions, Dr. Wheatley claimed that there have in fact been interventions made to beef up security at the Casa Marina facility. However, he lamented that these measures have not been effective, evident by the 3 additional escapees being recorded at the facility since his previous statement on the matter.
We did increase the security there. We did beef up the security there. Despite that, we've had some challenges still. So I wouldn't say too many more details about it because, of course, it could be a legal situation. But I wouldn't say too much more about that. But we did take some steps to beef up the security. And despite those steps we took, the situation took place.
Well, moving on to our final story, viewers, where one of the world's largest digital asset service companies or providers, Huobi Group, intends to set up shop in the British Virgin Islands as the first digital asset trading platform operator in the territory after successfully obtaining an investment business license from the Financial Services Commission through its subsidiary Bitomi Worldwide Limited. Well, in a recent statement, Huobi Group Chief Financial Officer Lily Zhang said that the landmark approval from the FSC was a testament to Huobi's experience, professional knowledge, and track record in the global cryptocurrency industry. But the company was reportedly one of 2 participants in a fintech regulatory sandbox established by the FSC since April of this year. Well, according to the Financial Services Commission, the sandbox was part of the efforts to meet its mandate to develop supervisory frameworks that are proportionate and relevant. It allowed the FSC to accept participants to test innovative financial solutions within a controlled environment, where the regulatory sandbox aimed to, among other things, provide participants with regulatory clarity on whether a new financial product or service complies with legal and regulatory requirements, and provide the FSC with the opportunity to engage with and understand various innovative products and services to determine the appropriate regulatory approach. Well, Huobi has not yet confirmed the date for when it intends to establish a local exchange aspect, but has indicated that it is working alongside the necessary regulators to develop a suite of licensed trading products and services. It is expected that once all conditions are met for its operations in the territory, the company will perform a variety of services as a virtual assets trading platform for professionals and retail investors and licensed financial institutions from all over the world. Well, these assets include cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, derivatives such as perpetual and other products. For the Huobi Group, its expansion to the BVI is integral to its global strategy developed after China, where the company was founded, banned crypto trading, and forced the company out of its home market. Well, viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.
You value traditions. Today, you value music. You value education. Family.
I love you.
Service.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Love. Life. At Popular, we're committed to you and everything our community values. For the things you value the most, count on us. Popular.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man!
Yo, everything good there? Aye. This thing got me one way, daddy. What you mean? Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home. What you really? Hey, this thing like you know. Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me. Wow. What your name is? She? I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about me.
Hello?
Wait, you had a lunch again? You don't say you were sick? What happened to our wedding rehearsal?
No, babe. I'm actually watching the news right now. Take a listen.
Topping our newscast today, UFOs seen around Tortola Pier Park.
And District 3 residents outraged over no water supply. They simply cannot bathe. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
Alright, babe, just get some rest, take 2 Advil, and I'll see you later. Bye!
Okay, honey. I see you later. I love you.
It's clear to see that Coconut Lounge is a place to be, the coolest cocktail lounge in the British Virgin Islands. A lounge like no other, with welcoming, professional service, and a breathtaking ambiance, not forgetting a diverse selection of wines, beers, and signature cocktails. Cozy, comfortable, contemporary. Coconut Lounge at Tortola Pier Park. Visit us today.